Hey there guys, this is Feeder.
And this is Blatant.
And today we're going to be watching a Star Ladder 5 group stage game.
And I'm kind of excited, Feeder, because both of these teams are very, very high quality.
They are high quality. We got mousesports and we got Fnatic, and they are picking and banning right now, so let's get in there.
And both of these teams are basically forces to be reckoned with in any tournament they're in. If you've seen some of our casts of the defense, you'll notice that both mousesports and Fnatic have been kicking butt in their games.
They have, so this should be a good game, I hope. They will not be kicking butt today with Batrider or Magnus. Batrider is, I feel like, a standard ban. If you don't ban him, he's going to get picked first.
Same thing with Magnus, though Magnus is almost a ritual ban.
I don't think Magnus has been getting picked first much. Usually they want to pick up something like Kodal, something like Neeks, and then Magnus is sort of an icing on the cake if they can get him.
I still haven't seen a first round go by without a Magnus ban, though, of one of the first four. It's been a very long time since I've seen a Magnus in a game.
I think you haven't watched the most recent games then. I think he's falling out of the meta slowly. Ish.
I could accept that he's falling out of the meta, but I also think he's not being picked up back again.
Yeah.
Even if he gets slowly moved from the ban pool.
Yeah, I think he's still in the picks, but he's not really a first round ban anymore. All the time. Obviously, as you can see, Fnatic thinks he is. Neeks and Wisp getting banned out, which leaves the Keeper of the Light. And there he is. No surprises there. Great first pick.
Leaves Darkseer too. So
Darkseer still in.
And Rubik.
And Lifestealer. Here we go. Another Lifestealer game. Can't say I'm that thrilled to be watching him yet again, but, you know, he's a good hero.
Anyway, you've heard my prediction about what's going to be picked in terms of Darkseer. Darkseer is really the person that I haven't heard being picked here. And Gyrocopter. I mean, especially since what we saw Mouz do with him a few days ago, I feel like Gyrocopter's really, really come into the limelight for everybody, really. And getting played more towards carry than support nowadays. He's being played as a solid number 2 and a number 1 if your number 1 is having trouble.
Yeah.
Of course, most of this has to do with the amazingness of Flat Cannon after he's built. The ability to attack 5 heroes with a highly built carry simultaneously, and not cleave, just a range attack, is very, very powerful.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So in any case, Kodal looking good, gives out mana. He's got that Illuminate, which helps to push lanes and keep the other team from pushing. Rubik, of course, with his spell-stealing ability, will be a very versatile hero.
Gyrocopter and Darkseer.
There we go. So, yep.
Swoosh!
Well, don't look like you never get it right, Blatant, or they'll think you know, have some trouble. Nature's Prophet, I like this a lot. Darkseer and Kodal able to push lanes very, very well. Darkseer with the Ion Shell and Kodal with the Illuminate. So Nature's Prophet will be a good measure for mousesports to push back a little bit. Rubik and Lifestealer not so great at pushing lanes, so they do need to get some of that.
Well, I'll have to disagree a little bit. If Lifestealer is feeling safe to just rage at a tower, and the Fortify hasn't gone up, that extra attack speed, hitting as hard as a Lifestealer usually does.
It's a big deal, but he doesn't really have that creep wave clearing capability.
That's true. I'd put him as roughly equal to Sven in pushing ability. If they're being alone pushing...
Sven's cleave will take care of a creep wave a lot faster than Lifestealer.
True, but he doesn't have quite the attack speed thing.
That's all
He does the God Strength and then smacks a tower a couple times. So both of them have some independent push power when it comes to actually just physically narking the
any
tower.
Carry can push down a tower. I'm talking about
but faster in solo, I think.
In any case, they are now getting into the second round bans, and we do need another sort of hard carry for Fnatic, so I think we're going to see more besides Anti-Mage getting banned by Mouz. And Fnatic wanting to ban out some strong mid players. mousesports does not really have one, although have been seeing quite a bit of Lifestealer dual laning in the mid, so that is a possibility as well. And reserve time for this. Chen ban, wanting to keep that push to a minimum for Mouz.
And Chen, a very traditional second round ban. Again, this is one of those soft/frozen spots in the meta that doesn't seem to change much, but I'm not sure it's actively being played around or for.
Chen?
Chen.
Yeah, having 4 creeps follow you around. The little army of creeps that belongs to you is a huge deal, especially if you're great with the micro.
And especially if you play the way that the European pro scene does, which is that 2 or 3 supports are usually actively roaming around for ganks. Having a couple of centaurs to chain stun whatever else your supports are doing is a big deal.
Big deal. I'd also like to point out this Bane ban here. Bane is getting banned out because Fiend's Grip will go through Rage, able to disable the Lifestealer, so mousesports wanting to keep that off the table for Fnatic. Here we go, another strong mid hero getting banned out. The Puck, ever elusive and quite annoying to have on the other team.
And Templars abandoning mousesports.
Haven't seen that in a while.
We haven't seen much of
It's
Templar in general.
A signature hero for someone on Fnatic is a possibility. They will pick up Storm Spirit, wicked mid hero.
A lot of mobility, kind of the natural counter to Nature's Prophet in terms of Nature's Prophet can't split push and teleport push quite as fearlessly because Storm Spirit, if he's on that half of the map, basically,
he can get there.
Then he can get there and then, pop his combo on Nature's. And the thing about his combo is that all of those parts have little mini stuns, so Nature's usual, sprout himself and teleport away or just start to teleport real fast are not quite as easy to do.
So, Storm Spirit is an interesting pick here. I don't know how I feel about his interaction with Lifestealer. Storm Spirit definitely quite an excellent carry in some situations, but how do you feel about how his abilities will interact with Lifestealer as the carry for mousesports?
Yeah, so you're saying basically Feast shuts him down completely. The one nice thing is that, sorry, not Feast, Rage. The one nice thing is that at any given point that Lifestealer's not in Rage, every one of Storm Spirit's attacks are going to slow Lifestealer. And Lifestealer really relies on, of course, getting right up next to somebody in their grill and choking them down. Silencer is a new pick in mousesports.
Here we go. Have not seen him yet in the Captain's Mode
I was talking
game.
Privately to Feeder about this.
Very exciting.
Saying that Silencer's recent inclusion in Captain's Mode and in tournament Captain's Mode is going to start changing the meta.
What is going on here?
And
we got a Zeus in play. Unusual with the Silencer. And that Silencer can shut down. Look at this team.
I noticed the Disruptor picked after the Silencer.
And Darkseer.
That strikes me more as a plan that was already set in place and did not really respond to the Silencer pick. But we'll see.
This could change everything. I'm really excited about this.
As am I, Feeder. As am I.
And the Zeus pickup, really haven't seen a Zeus played in tournaments at all. And we just got owned by a Zeus actually in our little pub game before this.
And
so
then
I'm curious.
I'm going to point out that this Zeus makes a lot of sense when it's a 5th pick because Fnatic doesn't have any tanks or any strength carry.
Mm-hmm.
All of their stuff is int or agi, and really it's 4 ints and an agi. So
these low hit point heroes are going to have a lot of trouble with Zeus.
It's a squishy team, and both Silencer and Zeus can do a lot of trouble to that. Silencer is going to really make whatever lane that's happening in pretty unhappy because he's going to silence them and then hit them with pure damage, and they're pretty squishy.
It's going to be bad.
A last word combo is going to really hurt them bad.
Well, we are still waiting on one person from Fnatic, but we could start by introducing Mouz as long as they are not in here. Would you like to do that?
Certainly. As always, carrying the carry for the Dire is Black on Lifestealer. Paz is playing Rubik. Alex on the Silencer. Sneagle.
That's
it's Fatah. I know, but
he plays a great gyro, by the way.
He plays a good gyro. He often has little tags on his name.
Yeah.
That, jokey little things. So, Fatah playing Zeus, and their stand-in.
Good luck with that. I just called him Q last time. It's QOJQVA, which, I mean, I just...
Coach Kova? I don't know.
I just called him Q.
Q.
Or you can call him their lovely stand-in. Or Nature's Prophet. NP, there he is.
Mouse Nature's. Nature's Mouse.
Natures.
Mouse.natures. Alright.
I'll get started on Fnatic here as long as we're still waiting for one more. I'll just pop this up because we know what they picked. Do we remember what they picked? Do I remember what they picked?
Of course.
I do. So, for those of you who haven't seen my cast before, I have no memory whatsoever. And I'm working on it, but damn. Oh yeah, Keeper, Darkseer, Disruptor. This is embarrassing. Help me out here, Blatant.
Oh no, it's much more fun.
It's too funny.
It's Gyrocopter!
Oh, duh! The gyro! I hate myself. Anyway, let's go.
You should have looked and been like, they don't have any carry besides Storm Spirit? Storm Spirit's a little bit of a shaky thing to put
So I'm
a
still
protein
getting
game
used,
on the shoulders
honestly,
of.
to thinking of Gyro as a hard carry. I mean, he's been seen in almost every tournament game I've watched for quite a while now, but for a long time he was a support hero. He was being played maybe as a 4 or a 5 even in some games, and just to have seen him come into this as a super carry or the carry, the number 1 is
Cooldown and
different.
flak are just such a big deal.
I know, but it's something you gotta get used to. So here we go. He's on now, so let's get started here. Fnatic will be playing the Radiant side today, and there he is. We have Era on that gyrocopter. Fly is going to be playing Keeper of the Light. Trixie on the Darkseer that he does so well. No Tail on Disruptor, and I do not think I've seen him do this. If I do, well, I guess I forgot that too. And then H4N1 is going to be on the Storm Spirit. Looking good. Where are the couriers? You guys know how excited I get about this. We do have I'm going to call him, okay, I've heard he's called a Wormelion, but I'm sticking with Weirmelon. He's a Weirmelon. Look at him. He's super cute. This is for the Premier Tournament, by the way. If you guys buy a Premier Tournament ticket, you will get your very own Weirmelon courier.
And a red Greevil.
Merciless.
Merciless.
Merciless Greevil for Mouz, and may they be merciless like him and follow his example. Got Black going to the farm lane today with Alex with him, so maybe seeing a support silencer, that could be interesting. Poss, of course, Rubik joining them up there. Zeus mid, are you shocked, Blatant?
Really?
And Nature's Prophet, probably either going to be jungling up here, or he'll be soloing the off lane. Definitely have seen both.
Now let me tell you the truth though, Feeder. If I see Zeus stay in the mid lane for a minute after he hits his 6, then I'll be pretty surprised.
Yeah, he's got a lot of kill potential once he hits 6, and even before that, we shall see though.
Right, but I
Stormspirit
can't imagine them actually wanting Zeus to farm particularly. They just don't want him to not have that global ulti.
That ulti. Zeus is pretty much an
Zeus is
ulti
maybe
hero.
the most compelled level 6 ulti. It's the one that you have no reason ever, for any reason ever, not to pick up immediately at level 6 and to try to rush to get as quickly as possible.
Agreed. Agreed. He takes priority pretty much for a solo lane, almost pretty much over anybody else, I think. And
The idea of all these kills that you almost could have finished off, except for Zeus ulti.
yeah.
We've all been in a pub game where we're like, Zeus ulti, Zeus ulti.
Oh
or
no,
Zeus
it's on
kill steal.
cooldown. Or even worse, out of mana. What do you mean out of mana? For your freaking ulti? Zeus, what the hell? Seriously.
Yeah,
Seriously, Zeus.
I die a little on the inside when Zeus doesn't have mana for an ulti and there was an easy kill.
And he's spamming the hell out of this, by the way. Keeping himself maned up with those clarities. And chasing down, putting a lot of harass on the Storm Spirit. Disruptor is nearby, just in case.
And I think part of that may be the faster he can keep, the more he can keep Storm Spirit harassed early, and the more at ease he is to do the denies, the slower it'll be before Storm Spirit really has the parts of his combo, the Vacuum plus Overcharge plus Remnant.
By the way, I just want to point out something interesting we're seeing here. This is the total abandonment of the off lanes happening here. Note, nobody on the Radiant going top, and nobody on the Dire going bottom. That means free farm for both Era and Black. So it will be an out farm fest where the supports just hang out in the jungle.
And something I'm starting to like about this feeder is that when you pull up the creeps and last hits combo,
Oh, good call,
there is
Blatant.
no excuse for Lifestealer to be that far behind in denies. Also, a little bit no excuse for Gyro to be that far in last hits. But it's really nice when the off lanes are both abandoned, because it gives us a nice sense of who's really doing a better job last hitting, and then we can see whether that's due to hero or player.
So one thing I can say about that, though, is that Gyrocopter has a reason to keep the creeps under his tower where it is harder to last hit. Note that he's denying a lot more than Lifestealer, and that reason is Nature's Prophet, who can TP in at any time. So his lane has a much
higher priority on
denies than the one that Lifestealer is running. So that's, I'm sure, accounts.
Lifestealer with the early push on the tower, the 2 minute. Now, that's really early to be pushing the top tower, in my judgment, feeder.
So I think
it happens inevitably at some point after the farming,
Yes.
but immediately at 2 minutes strikes me as a very aggressive early push of the tower.
So Mouz, I think, has fewer push heroes. They have Nature's Prophet. I guess Zeus can clear creeps pretty fast, but they might want to get these towers preemptively pushed if they can do it.
Soften them up.
Soften them up and
Now,
keep those creeps forward.
in the spirit of reactive Dota, I want to see whether Gyro's gonna, reactively push down his offlane tower a little bit more.
Again, I think he does need to be careful. That Nature's Prophet with that mobility could be dangerous. Look at this.
And here's the
Storm Spirit
combo
going on
attempt.
Zeus. Disruptor
And there's
is
Disruptor
in here,
with a circle.
keeping him in, but H1N1 is really low. Zeus looking low and first blood going
so close.
to No
Silencers
Tail.
come in. I think he's
God.
gonna go for it. Nature's Prophet with the tree.
Big trouble for H4N1 passes here as
And
well,
Rubik.
and No Tail's gonna go down. Trixie, the only survivor there, but first blood did go to Fnatic, so one could argue that that is quite worthwhile. And they are taking this opportunity to push the tower.
So a response and something I'm really enjoying seeing out of these stronger teams. Sometimes when I've seen Fnatic and Mouz play weaker teams, they've taken the off-lane towers and not really seen a response on the other part of the other team. And then I think it causes trouble later on in the game when the other team still has to take a tier 1 in their response pushes. So there's like a team wipe, and they're counter pushing, and then all of a sudden they've still got a tier 1 to go through.
Here goes this tier 1, by the way. Gonna go down, and I think Gyrocopter's gonna get the last hit on that nice gold going to him.
Yeah, a little point about something you saw there. Notice that Keeper the Light pulled away well before he could get the last hit on the tower. Guys, if you can get your carry to get the last hit on a tower, absolutely back away and let them get the last hit on the tower. It does
That
make a
is
money
like
difference.
300 extra gold.
It's
So
like a
everyone
kill.
on the team is getting 200 gold for the tower going down.
In fact,
It's almost 500 for
I've
being
even
the one
seen
to
a
hit it.
Faceless Void hit his ulti
just to get
just
the
to
tower
make sure
money.
that the creeps didn't hit the tower.
300 gold is more than you get for killing most heroes early in the game. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So do let your carry get that if you can. Of course, if it's between you getting it and the creeps getting it, by all means, take that last hit.
And if
Do not
it's
let that
between a
money go to
deny,
waste.
I mean, let the creeps take it
Well,
if it's
yes.
between a deny tower and the creeps
Do not
take it.
do not let the enemy deny their tower. That's generally seen as bad in Dota, letting enemies deny towers. Look at Trixie here being a little bit
bold.
He doesn't want Lifestealer to finish this tower off.
I don't think he can stop it.
He can distract him a little. Maybe he can
I think
get
he can
this
distract
deny
him, but he knows that Lifestealer can feast and ignore that Ion Shell, open wounds on him, and there goes Trixie.
You mean Rage.
Rage, excuse me. I
Feasting
keep saying
and
feast.
raging.
Feast is the passive. I
Do you
should just
associate eating with anger, Blatant?
nom nom.
I
With
think you
Lifestealer,
might.
definitely.
That's
He's an
funny.
angry munchie.
Ooh, Zeus got an Invis rune, by the way. Nice pickup by him. I'm sure SS has his bottle as well, but has not been able to pick up those runes. Let's see about the 6 minute, if we can.
That's
It's
a little
something
surprising.
exciting's going
Storm
on now.
Spirit. Well, once Storm Spirit gets his ulti, I guess he really should be.
And he's about to get his ulti. How's Zeus
Ever
doing?
seen him.
Zeus under leveling him, so perhaps Storm Spirit trading, staying in the lane here, getting that EXP for not getting those runes. I believe Disruptor, by the way, has been pulling and denying these mid creeps, so I'm sure, yeah, look at this. He's doing it right there, and I'm sorry I didn't note that earlier, but that's why Storm Spirit is out-leveling Zeus, and that is very smart play on the part of Fnatic. Keep Zeus from his ulti as long as possible.
That's a Radiant side advantage, by the way.
You can pull these mid creeps. You can also run back and stack here, especially if you're someone like Tinker. You can come back there and get quite a bit of farm after. You
And of
don't
course,
miss that many last hits to do it.
The dire side advantage, of course, is that the 3 camps that are stacked closer to each other are closer to the fountain and closer to the safer tower. So dire side has a bit of an advantage in early safe jungling, and actually in safe jungling. And Radiant side has an advantage in pulling because both the middle and the bottom lane are easily pullable. If you are dire, I don't think you can pull the middle. I've not seen it done. I'm not sure if it's actually doable.
I don't know if it is, but I've
I
never
think
seen
the
that
distance
happen.
is slightly off.
Yeah, something with
And
that.
that's something you kind of wonder whether
You know, you
that'll
can
change at some
actually.
point with the map.
I believe with Wisp it's possible to stack all 3 camps at once too, so that's pretty cool. But
Well, I think you can do that on a Radiant side as well.
3 camps? Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't think. I just think I haven't tried that. For some reason, whenever I get Wisp, we're on the Dire. No Tail having taken a bit of damage, and we're seeing a bit of gathering here in the mid.
A little bit of a side note, Peter, notice that on
Storm Spirit coming in on Zeus. Hold on to your side note for now. Yep. Storm Spirit in big trouble, but he did have a one hit. Zeus now, looking good. He's dead. Storm Spirit going down as well. And anyone else, I believe Disruptor died. Did not see that happen, my apologies. And Kodal spam, almost killing Pos. So close, so close.
Pos had to hit that salve to not die to the creep, actually. I don't know if you noticed that, Peter.
Yes,
but
I
he's
did.
been chased by Radiant creeps, and if he hadn't had good reflexes on that salve, the creep would have claimed him for the Radiant. Taking a quick peek at last hits and denies there, notice the difference again between Lifestealer 61 and 5, Gyro 56 and 21.
Yeah.
Gyro really having to work hard to keep his lane pulled back.
Currently he's quite far forward, and Nature's being a little bit dangerous here. He is hiding from him. In experience range, but not able to get those last hits that he so needs. He does have quite a bit of cash, reasonably. I'd like to see more on him, but...
I see Nature's with a Hand of Midas, so let's pull up the net worth.
Lifestealer here too. Oh, we want to switch over to net worths now? Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
We've got Lifestealer also with a Hand of Midas.
Gyro actually higher net worth than Lifestealer at the moment. Although Lifestealer has something coming to him on the courier. Let's check what it is. Probably his armlet. Not yet. Not yet.
But that's a lot of stuff on the
yeah, not all of it's
That
going
means
there.
Lifestealer really is a much higher net worth than we're giving him credit for. Incidentally, this is one of those points that I always talk about when I'm co-casting with Theater. But the Hands of Midas, that's a strategic calculation that you take, basically saying, I think that this game is going to be at least a moderately long one relative to when I pick up the Hand of Midas, because it's not a very strong item on most heroes, with perhaps the exception of Lifestealer.
Here we go, Storm Spirit going in here on the mid. And a little bit of spam from Keeper, keeping them in there with Disruptor, but Storm Spirit's pretty low, and they're going to back off with no death. Back to your Hand of Midas.
Right, and so basically if you keep the Hand of Midas for long enough, eventually your farming is just going to be faster, and you're going to hit some of the major items significantly before your opposing carry. So Lifestealer will hit, Armlet plus a Basher or an Abyssal or whatever this particular Lifestealer chooses to go before Gyro.
Looks like Armlet first.
But the Gyro will have outbuilt him until about 9 to 10 minutes after the purchase of the Hand of Midas, because that's about how long you need to pay off the Hand of Midas with the effect. It's 1,400 gold that's really only going into 15 extra attack speed on top of the 15 you already get from the Gloves of Haste that are a part of it. And that's a pretty bad trade, 1,400 bucks for 15 attack speed. Yeah. But then after the 9 or 10 minutes you need to get it back, then you just start getting extra gold for free.
Coming together here up top, but Darkseer luckily has Surge. Oh crap, I went back to Zeus, sorry. He's fine, he did get his Surge off before he got silenced. Otherwise, he would have been in a world of trouble with Lifestealer right here, and Silencer as well. So, Trixie playing a dangerous
Gyro
game up
pushing
there.
the bottom tower on
yeah, he is.
inside, and somebody's porting in. That looks like
We do have Nature's Prophet coming back here to push him back. And poor Gyrocopter, I feel like he's been harassed by Nature's Prophet pretty much all game. Dropping his branches, changing up his items there. Let's see what's going on in the mid. Just want to keep an eye on this. We do have Pos and Fada hanging around. Storm Spirit, take it out, those wards.
And of course, they could hit him in the river, but for Storm Spirit, who has something even stronger than a built-in Blink Dagger, he has a trade how much mana you want for how far you want to port away, which is really nice.
Push coming on the bottom tower, and sort of
Disruptor pulls him back with a glimpse.
Gank
Beautiful.
attempt on Nature's Prophet. Very nice. Very, very nice. Perfect call down with the glimpse. The glimpse really was the thing there. And Gyrocopter's going to put some push on the tower. They do need to be careful. Pos coming in from the side, but Pos alone not going to be able to deal with Fly, Era, and No Tail. So they will back off, though. They do not know where the rest of these heroes are at.
And that's basically the bread and butter Disruptor combo.
Mm-hmm.
You kinetic circle, and then somebody thinks they've gotten away by running past it, and you glimpse them right back into it.
Oh, they have not gotten away. Disruptor is a pain. He's almost as bad as Kodal. It's a good thing they're not on the same team. by which I mean they are on the same team.
The only
so
thing-
sucks to you, Mouz.
The only thing worse is when Disruptor also hits his ulti right in the middle of that nonsense. And then Kodal just hits you while you're stuck
spamming
there.
you, and the gyro thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you're getting called down, you're getting glimpsed, you're getting static field.
Now,
you're
an
getting,
interesting
it's just bad. It's just
point,
bad.
Feeder. We talked earlier about how Fnatic has 4 int heroes and 1 agi carry. This really argues for Mouz building a pipe, and for Mouse's carries having hoods. And I'm curious to see whether indeed that'll be the case.
Would you like to see what the current items are, Blatant?
Well, I see Black not building it early, and Gyro will get a BKB, but I'm wondering if a BKB is really going to be enough.
He does have
Unless
his
the
arm lit
team
up.
fights
what's
are
going on?
over
What's going
quickly
on?
enough.
Team fight here. H4N1 going down there. Air is going to get away. Yeah. That Rubik telekinesis there really playing a big role in that kill. Just the fact that they can still hit you when you're in there. It's not like Outworld Destroyer's Arcane Orb or Astral Orb or whatever it is, and somebody else, Disruption from Shadow Demon, where you're out of there for a minute, but you can't get hit. No, when Rubik lifts you up, everybody can basically crap on you while you're in the air. And we're gonna see this bottom tower get. They do have a glyph, but I don't think they're gonna respond to this.
There's just too many trees plus
They'll
creeps
glyph just to take out a little bit of time, but
I don't know if that was worth it, Feeder. With the catapult there and with the
they're not
ninjas
gonna
there.
get to push the bottom tower, so they might as well use their glyph. They won't need it again until it's up anyway, in general.
That could be true, but it looks like Mouz is gathering either for a mid gank or a push on mid. Or is that just the way that they're leaving? Yeah, that might just be
I
the way
think
they're
they're just
leaving.
jungling on their way out. Might as well eat up that jungle, take that away from Fnatic as they make their
What was
exit.
that item little switch up with Zeus there? Were they trading
not sure.
consumables there or something? Looked like
He
it.
might have been. No, I don't think he's sharing his bottle.
I saw Zeus
It's
drop
quite
something and
possible.
pick something else up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody had been carrying something from the fountain. Oh,
We
and
might see something
we have a bit of an
here.
encounter. Storm Spirit's
Here we
gonna
go.
see them.
Kodal going the wrong way. Oh, H4N1 is so dead. That Zeus ulti doing quite a bit, and Air is in trouble, but he's
And
doing
then
quite a
there's
bit of
the call
damage to
down.
Alex. Call down. Coming on here.
Kodal spam hitting. And
Haas
now
is in
Haas
big
is in.
trouble.
Oh my gosh!
Darkseer has them trapped
Darkseer
in.
has them. Oh, so bad.
Oh
Nature's
my
support is
God.
too late to make any difference.
That
Fatah
was
running
just
for his
terrible.
life now.
Black is just over here shaking his head as he pushes this tower, thinking, oh my god, guys. But he has to focus on his last hitting.
As always, when there's a multi-kill, there was a prize awarded, and that one went to YOLO Mid.
YOLO mid.
YOLO Mid.
He doesn't solo the mid, he YOLOs the mid. That's so painful. I love those prizes, they're pretty sweet.
Trixie pushing the mid. Kind of a funny push, like just sitting next to it with an ion shell
Why
and
not?
whacking it.
They have this area very
Whacking it.
well warded, so no one can sneak up behind him, and he does have Surge.
There's the Wormelion.
Weir melon, Blatant. It's a weir melon.
Flying melon, that's weird. Okay.
No, weir, not weird. Weir.
Weirmelion or Weirmelon?
Weir melon.
Alright.
Get it right.
Alright.
Jesus. Jesus.
Well,
Get it right.
I'm here to provide some differing perspective here as a guest caster.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So, if enough people vote for Weir Melon versus Weir Melion, maybe I'll hand out an item to my favorite person. So you know what to vote for in the comments. Oh shit, I missed something. Oh god, we've got No-Tail going down
Ooh,
and
and
Darkseer.
Darkseer.
Oh my god, what a gank. They probably smoked in there and I missed it. I'm so sorry. Too busy talking about couriers.
And now this is going to turn into
Fail.
a push at the mid.
Fail cast. I'm sorry, guys. So Kodal standing up here with no life.
Is he going to illuminate? He could
feel
just.
like Zeus can
Why
just-
didn't he illuminate into
Oh
them?
god. Okay, yeah. Port out of there. Get out. Fly. Fly away. Get out. Putting a little bit of spam onto the creeps to keep them from pushing the second tier towers so hard, but that was dangerous if you ask me. And Gyrocopter, speaking of dangerous, pretty far up towards this tower. He does know where they just were, but he should probably think about getting out of there.
One note, difference between pro play and amateur play. Notice that Nature's Prophet, once he was done pushing with those trees, he brought them with him back to jungling. He didn't. Those are the same trees that he brought. Notice the long cooldown on them. If you're Nature's Prophet, you know the trees feel like they're free, but keep in mind that they can be farmed, and they can be used to generate gold for you by going back and jungling with them.
Indeed.
So don't waste your trees. It's a bad habit to be into.
Yeah, don't waste anything if you can help it.
Of course, but trees are a particularly conspicuous example of waste.
Ooh, a lot of damage going on. Poor Trixie's head here. I feel like he should be piping maybe too. I don't know, with that Zeus around. Look at this. Luckily he had his mech, but that was all that saved him. Oh, call down coming here. Zeus gonna try to get out.
Stun
He's gonna
Zeus.
do a homing missile. No, not in time.
Oh wait, the glimpse.
The glimpse, beautiful by
and
Disruptor.
then into the circle.
He got
Total
the
hits
BKB
it.
on, and Zeus is dead. Not gonna come in there if he's smart. He can't do anything about that. And Gyro and Disruptor gonna get out of there. That is a dangerous place to stay. And what's going on over here? Black has switched lanes, wants to keep farming. Orchid on the lifestealer. Fascinating. Not something you see every day.
I think it's the soul burn, that extra damage thing.
That
He's
extra
just
damage is
gonna whack somebody and then they're gonna be gone.
Let's take a look at Fnatic's team, by the way. That silence gonna keep Storm Spirit from getting away should Lifestealer jump on him.
So again, a good example of pro reactivity. He's not just saying I'm gonna build the same thing I always build on Lifestealer. He's gonna say,
He's
look,
actually thinking about
there
it.
are 4 end heroes, and I'm gonna jump one of them more likely than not.
Yep.
So,
Might
and
as
even
well.
if it's Gyro that he hits with the silence.
By the way, just want to keep an eye. We do have Mouz roaching right here, and meanwhile, Fnatic's gathering to push their tower. So going to try to keep an eye on both of those things. But I think Roshan is going to go down before that tower gets pushed. So let's stay here for a minute. Black going to get even nastier than he is already if he should pick up that Aegis.
Yeah, I think he will.
There it is. And they are
And I see some
gonna
pointing
jump
back.
into Nature's Prophet
Oh
and
no,
pour
I think
through.
Fnatic spent too
Here
long.
he is. Out of Nature's Prophet, killing No Tail, no problem. Got the rage on. There goes Storm Spirit, I believe that was, to Nature's Prophet. And
Oh,
Trixie gonna
Fnatic.
try to get himself away, but not
Fnatic,
not looking
Fnatic,
good.
that was a fail, guys.
Mouse
Just had
Sports
to
is on
push.
fire recently, if you ask me. I mean, they had some trouble with Liquid, but I thought that game was one in their favor too. Honestly, I thought they had that. Spoiler, but maybe you guys don't know what game I'm talking about, and if so, great. All right, going after Trixie, an easy kill between Lifestealer
Beautiful
and
armlet
Zeus.
toggle there.
Yep. Oh yeah, those toggles on a pro.
And Lifestealer's glimpsed back in.
Right into the drink, and he's a bit of trouble there.
Yes, and Gyro
Aegis
finishes
gonna
him
have
off
to
the
get
Aegis,
popped.
though Gyro doesn't want to hang around him after he comes back out of the
No,
Aegis
he
with
does
full
not.
mana.
They do have their tower here,
Tower's
but
gonna
that's
smack him down a little, but
not good enough. Not good enough. Even a tower does not scare Black right now. Look at him. He got that Orchid and that
Radiant's
armlet.
bottom
Looking good.
tower being natural pushed a little bit.
Yeah, the creep wave is pretty far forward. I think they'll be able to pull it
Somebody
back
at
to
Fnatic needs to
equilibrium
go
with
down
this
there and
catapult.
start farming that. And I think Fnatic has lost almost all of their vision on their side of the map.
They
Mouse
do
has
have
a
this
couple of
ward up here.
Mouse has a couple of
Very
aggressive wards in their territory, but Fnatic is operating in the dark on their side. It's
A little scary, I'd say.
a little scary, and I'm a little surprised that
They'll
their
be
captain
staying
is not
far away from
calling for some
their
wards.
jungle there, as long as they cannot see it.
New
They do
ward
have
got placed.
this they now have this view of the mid here, and they're keeping an eye on this top tower. I think given the placement of this and how long it's got left on it means they would really like to push there. But after what just happened, I think they'd better not. That was pretty ugly.
Now that's a nice sentry ward. They're seeing the fact that Storm Spirit and Darkseer are wandering around there doing their little bit of jungling.
This is a great both defensive and offensive ward spot, by the way. Especially if you're defending your mid tower. It's good to see when these enemies try to come through this area and try to sneak around. And nice way to
I
catch
think
one
that's a
off.
sentry, right? So
No, this is an
that's
observer.
That's an observer. No problem.
That's an observer. Not very exciting wards there, though, by the way. I want to see better swag, seriously. Oh no, H4N1, that Orchid just killing him.
Oh,
What an
that
item,
Orchid-
and there's the Basher, by the way. Uh-oh. Looking bad for Fnatic.
I'd never thought about it, but an Orchid on a Storm Spirit is like...
Just like,
Stop right there. You thought you had an escape. You have no escape.
pretty much shot on him with that item. So, I'm just gonna follow Gyrocopter around for a second if you guys don't mind. I just... Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Back to whatever's happening here. Nothing much at the moment. Looks like Darkseer is sending some illusions up here. Some ion shelled creeps. And let's see, Nature's Prophet defending top. Not too much. Team sort of regrouping at this point. Not too much going on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just responding to some communication from a friend here on the Steam chat. So sorry about that. Blink Dagger on the Rubik, that's such a funny item to me. Rubik, it's not really a ganker, you know? I mean, helps him escape and get in there to do some telekinesis, a little bit of shifty business, but...
Gyro, one of the folks, by the way, who can farm the Ancients the best, like Luna.
Yes. That flat cannon, able to just eat through multiple. And here's a smoke. Wonder what they're doing. Probably gonna go look for someone in the jungle, although there's no one there to find at the moment. Storm Spirit just farming here. And he's like, oh damn, gonna build that BKB. Do not want to get eaten during these team fights here with all of this crazy silencer stuff, Zeus stuff. You know, keeping that off. That picking up more in biz, he likes that. And what's happening down here? Lifestealer farming far into the Radiant jungle.
2,600 after the Skull Basher. Have we seen a Thistle plus
cash.
An Orchid plus
an
Armlet?
Look at his net worth versus Gyrocopters. This game is pretty much over, let's be honest. mousesports just owning them in terms of money and I think experience too, yeah. So it looks pretty over. I mean, 1470.
How's coming in?
Oh, Era taking a lot of damage. But Fly and No-Till the one's going down. Where is this happening? What is going on?
I think Black most of
H4N1
natures.
Interrupted, and there he goes.
A GG.
Oh, that is it. Yep.
Oh my, 18-7, and I can see that the GG is happening.
They are not going to come back from this, and they are not going to try. That is the GG. So. Gonna see the disconnects, and let's watch the Ancient go down if we can. Darkseer still needing to disconnect. Come on, Trixie, get out of there. There we go. Oh, this Ancient's not gonna go down. Wow. Hi. I know what I'm talking about. Seriously, seriously.
Wow, so harsh.
Real harsh. That was pretty painful. I mean, look at the item difference, though. Gyro just finished a BKB. He did get a Yasha, but not looking so great here in terms of items. And look at this. We got a sheepstick on the natures. Orchid, Armlet, Basher. I'm pretty sure the Orchid was the GG inducer. It's just like, what are they going to do? They've got this Storm Spirit here, which is basically able to do absolutely nothing. And Gyro not even getting that much fun.
I don't know what I thought about Fnatic's no strength hero, no tank for Anton and Agi attempt.
I mean, I think it could have been okay, but they got countered pretty well there. I mean, Silencer, Lifestealer,
but look
Zeus.
at Lifestealer got to level 19. That just doesn't happen when.
But both heroes should have been having free farm, so it should have been that Gyrocopter was further ahead than he is.
Maybe.
In any case, Mouz kicking Fnatic's ass today. I mean, what more can we say?
That's just go back, scrap your plans, and go back to the drawing board. I think for Fnatic.
This, by the way, is a group stage game, so not that big of a deal. They will have many more chances to redeem themselves, and
they do need to redeem that game.
Meet each other again in the playoffs.
All right. Anyway,
this has been Blatant,
and this has been Feeder, and this was a Star Series 5 Group Series game between Fnatic and Mouz.
Hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, go ahead and press the like button. It's right under the video. And if you didn't like it, if you could leave a very, constructive comment telling us why, that would be great. And also, what the hell, you're still watching and you didn't like it? You're dumb. Okay.
Alright, and subscribe to Feeder's channel.
Alright.
You know you want to.
Are we good? Do we
We're
get
good.
everything?
Yeah.
We got everything. Alright, see you guys later.